Hi friends, it's Julia. I'm here to share a layout that I created with my May 2020 Counterfeit Kit Challenge kit. Now the layout that I'm choosing to do is one that is inspired by a sketch that I found on Pinterest. Now I have pinned the sketch to a board, either the scrapbooking board or 8.5 by 11 board on my Pinterest channel, and my Pinterest is the same name as my YouTube channel. So you can, if you are really interested in this sketch, you can go over there and find it. But you can see it down in that lower right-hand corner. And I'm just cutting down my photos. I don't think I cut them as small as what's in the inspiration sketch, but I do cut them fairly small. I want to say maybe a little bit bigger than 3 by 3. Anyway, I pulled this red and white striped paper out thinking that I'm going to use that for my background, and I decided I'm going to use this black paper, and it's got a very faint damask on it. You can hardly see it, and when, I put the other pattern paper on top of it, you only see the edge of it, and it almost has a grayish tone, grayish charcoaly black to it. And so I'm going to cut that down a little bit to have a border. That black paper will be my border around this pattern paper. But as I'm going along, and it's so funny when I watch this process because it just occurred to me, I flip it over to put the tape on and I'm like, what am I doing? Why aren't I using this side? So then I flip it back over to the side that I had intended to use and put the adhesive on there, and then flip it back over with that beautiful multicolored with metallic gold tone on it. That paper is just so beautiful. So now I'm looking at some scrap papers that I have pulled into the kit that mimic the sketch, and I follow the sketch fairly closely this go around. I haven't scrapbooked in a long time. In the month of April, I scrapbooked one layout, and it was towards the first of the month, so it's been nearly a month or more. I'm creating this one on National Scrapbook Day weekend, so it's the first weekend in May. I think I was working on this one on Saturday. But here I am. I'm going to put some washi tape down, and I don't think I have it in the right spot. And I don't mash that washi tape very hard, but for some reason I decide I'm going to reposition it here in just a minute, and it just tears in half, but at a diagonal. And so I have to move it around a little bit and then cut it down a little bit. But really and truly, once all the embellishments are down on the paper, you can't tell where that tear was or where I repaired it. And there's the tear. So you can see I just move it down a little bit. I love the washi tape. I don't have any idea where I got it, but when it's on the roll, it doesn't feel like it's sticking to the roll very well. And I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't feel like it's going to work when you put it down, and then obviously it sticks very well. So there I'm just smashing it down just a little bit more to make sure it adheres really well. Because it's so old, I worry that, it's not going to adhere to the paper as well and that it will pop up. So I'm going to put my photos down just like in the sketch, working on my spacing there. And then I'm going to start adding my embellishments. I lay them out, but I don't adhere them down for a little bit. I work with moving things around and trying to get things just exactly like I want them before I adhere them down. And you can see in these little bins, this is the first layout that I've created with this kit, so I have everything tucked in there that I might want to use with this kit. I have, on the right side, I have all the die-cut ephemera pieces that were that came with the kit, and I think I have some acrylic pieces in there, and there's something else, but I don't remember, and I can't see from this angle. The other bin that I have there on my left, it has my brads, it has my pocket page cards, my washi tape, and then all the scraps that I punched out. So I'm just continuing to look through to see what else I want to use. And because I'm following the sketch so closely, I am going to put flowers down. There were 3 of those paper flowers in the ephemera pack, and so they are going on this layout, all 3 of them. And because the inspiration sketch has leaves along there, I decided I'm going to use leaves, but then I don't remember. But then I realized, okay, you don't have any, so what are you going to do? And as I'm thinking about what to do, I'm actually working on putting some bits and pieces down. And I don't put them back the way that I originally had them, and I really regret that because I think how I had them was really cute. I mean, the whole layout turns out good. I'm way okay with how it turned out, but I wish I had left everything just exactly like I had it. But that's one of the things that happens when you're not paying attention. And I think I was watching someone scrapbooking on the television that's to my left or to my right, and when I do that, sometimes my attention will be drawn to the TV instead of to the page, and I think that's probably what happened. When I started gluing things down, I just wasn't paying that close attention to the layout. So I hope you guys got tons and tons and tons of layouts scrapbooked or cards made, or got your crafting on over National Scrapbooking Weekend. As for me, I only did a few layouts, but I did manage to get some things sorted and cleaned up in my room. I actually managed to get this kit put together for the month of May, and I'm actually using it during the month of May, so that always feels good when I do that. It doesn't happen as much as it used to. I still have April's kit laying there, and I have several other kits that are up above my desk that are just waiting to be used. I don't take them apart. I don't break them down. I just leave them as is until I get ready to scrapbook with them, and then I pull them down and I use them. Now I'm going to go through all of these embellishments that I've punched out and try and find something. I want to pull in that black color to not necessarily ground the layout, but give it some contrast is what I'm thinking. And so in the meantime, while I'm thinking about that, I'm adding some additional things. Now I have all these washi strips here, and I am going to add a washi strip down here in just a minute. It goes along the bottom there, and it actually works really well. It has some color to it. It's mostly white, and then it has some polka dots on it in different colors that are present in the layout. And once it goes down on that background paper, you can't tell there's other colors there. And it's got a sentiment on it that says, "You mean the world to me. You are all I ever wanted. Or you are all I ever need. I love you so much. And hello, my love." So yeah, I love how that looks there, but I will end up covering part of it up when I start putting my leaves down. Now those leaves, I had added quite a few scraps to the kit that I have, and they were all in black. So I went into my green scraps, and I found this grayish green, and it's an old, oh my gosh, I fell in love with that kit 100 million years ago, and I think it was a K & Company. Anyway, that was one of the papers that it's kind of a greenish gray sheet, and I could not bear to part with any of it. So I still have all the bits and pieces that were left over in my scraps. And so I pulled those out, the bigger pieces that I have, in order to create these leaves. I didn't want a stark bright green only because with the muted background tones, I wanted it to be more of a muted color, and so I feel like these leaves go really, really well. And so I'm just working on my placement here. I'm going to run out of video here in just a minute. The video stopped and I did not realize it. And so I kept scrapbooking. I must have been preoccupied with something else and not heard the little beep that my camera makes to cue me in that, yeah, you're done. You're not recording anymore. So yeah, I'll lose the very end of it, but I did include a photo on the end of the layout to show you all of the finishing touches that I put on the layout, because I added quite a few things, enamel dots, some chipboard pieces, some punched out hearts, a glitter heart. Yeah, I show you all those at the very end. And so there I'm going around and I'm adding some foam adhesive behind some of the leaves to give it some extra dimension. So on the layout, I have the title that says You and Me, as well as some of the leaves popped up just to give the entire layout a little extra dimension. I hope you guys are having a wonderful start of May, and I know we're still in pandemic season, it feels like, and I hope everything is going well with you. I hope your mental health is staying relatively stable. I've been a bit on the blah side, but hopefully that will begin to improve as time goes by. So you can see here I've added some of the glittered butterflies that I punched and some enamel dots, a glitter heart, some additional embellishment hearts up in the top left.